Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a quick update this morning. Facts only. There's a lot of Russian misinformation coming right now in regard to two main stories. Number one is about a border crossing in Sumy where Russia has invaded the Sumy region. And secondly, it's about the Oresnik missile. So two stories that have been pushing through mainstream media over the last 24 hours, and now it's starting to spread through social media, is that Russia and the Russian forces have left the Kursk region and invaded the Sumy region. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that is not true. I will not only tell you because I have friends in that region. That is the region where we work a lot. In fact, right on the spot where they are stating they crossed. And here's what's interesting. Deep State itself even colored the map in red. That is why when you're looking at sources for mapping and troop movements, you cannot rely on one source. The best thing you can do if you have access is to ask soldiers who are in those positions. And fortunately for us and our team in Zhenya, we have guys in this position. I have been on the exact spot where Russia is saying they are now inside Ukrainian territory in the Sumy Oblast or the Sumy region. So I'm here to tell you right now that that is not true 100%. And you don't have to take it from me, but you can listen from the Ukrainian military representative from the Sumy region. His name is Demchenko. Listen to what he says.
The positions held by border guards in that area aren't directly on the borderline. I've repeatedly stressed that we're maintaining our positions, creating firing points and fortifications where it's advantageous to defend. Regarding this sector, it's the border units. We haven't observed any attempts to enter or engage in combat in that area. I've mentioned before that the terrain is swampy, making it hard for the enemy to establish a foothold or advance. However, in the Kursk region of Russia, the enemy is trying to push forward to dislodge our forces from their positions. We continue to monitor and maintain our defense and will report any changes if they occur.
So there you have it. That's Demchenko telling you it's not true. The land is not suitable. It's foresty. It's swampy. It's ugly. Nothing true about it. But think about this for a moment. The Russians were able to push that story so strong that Deep State colored the map red, that it spread through mainstream media, and it spread through social media. But I'm here to tell you, no matter what you see, and yes, I'm in an airport catching my flight, heading back home to Pennsylvania. But this news had to get out this morning so that you understand it. It is not true. Russia has not invaded the Sumy region. The second big piece of news that is making the rounds in mainstream media and then into social media is about the Oresnik nuclear-capable mid-range ballistic missile that Russia struck the Dnipro region. Of course, it was not armed, but it is a serious missile. Let's just call it for what it is. So, two things have happened. Number one, Lukashenko in Belarus has come to a partnership agreement that they now will be holding some of the Oresnik missiles. And Lukashenko talking today that he was ready to use the Oresniks and to use these anywhere, anytime. That's a fact. But right now, guys, he does not have any of those missiles. But the big news story in regard to this is Russia's pushing the narrative that they can manufacture between 25 and 30 of these per month. Guys, that is fake news. At the maximum right now, they may have up to 10 of these missiles, and they are not able to produce. This has been debunked by multiple intelligence agencies and, to be quite honest, anyone that has any sense. Now, in regard to that, I'll tell you about two other places. The top four oblasts on the western side of Ukraine, especially up in the northwest pocket there with Rivne and Lutsk and Volyn, that region there, the northern Zhytomyr region, they are consistently right now staying under air alarm. These are the regions that border Belarus itself. They are staying under regular air alarm right now because, now this is a fact, we are learning that for upcoming potential Oresnik attacks, that Russia will be using this section of Belarusian airspace. So this is a fact. Whether it will happen or not, we don't know. But I can tell you these 4 regions, Ukraine is deeming it serious enough, or they have information about movements of air defense units in Belarus and offensive units in Belarus, that they are marking these zones as hot zones, and it is staying pretty consistent under air alarm in those 4 regions independently. So it's not like the missiles are launched and they're coming across from the west or the east to the west. These 4 regions by themselves, which indicates that Belarus will be used or potentially used in another strike into the western region. And I can tell you right now, those regions are critically damaged with power. It would not be good for more energy infrastructure to be hit there. The final thing I want to talk to you about right now is Pokrovsk. Pokrovsk is critical. Russia is holding most of Shevchenko, and they have moved within 3 kilometers of the southern entrance of Pokrovsk, and they are also pushing towards the paved highway that connects Dnipro to Pavlograd to Pokrovsk. Remember what I share with you guys all the time. Whoever controls the paved highways will be the ones that have the advantage. Ukraine right now controlling, of course, those paved highways. They have good defensive lines there, good defensive systems there. I've seen them all. I've been in the bunkers there. I've witnessed all of the dragon's teeth. The defenses are good, but the reality is Russia pushing very, very quickly now on the southern side with the intention and goal of taking Pokrovsk. There will be a battle imminently coming for Pokrovsk, stated both by the Ukrainian defensive forces there and, of course, the invaders of Russia. The final bit of news I'll tell you today that, once again, not true. Nishekin out of Russia, that's his name, Nishekin, coming out and saying, we've almost completed the goals of our SVO, our special military operation. Isn't it interesting? As the world is changing, as Syria has fallen, as the narratives are changing globally, not only with the United States, with Europe, Ukraine being resupplied more right now. We're having some good news coming out as far as supply for Ukraine moving through the rest of December and into January. All of a sudden, Russia now saying, you know, we've almost completed the goals of our SVO. Guys, first of all, that's a bunch of bonk, because the true goals of their SVO are to demilitarize and occupy the 4 regions. Guys, for them to do that, they have to take Kramatorsk, Slavyansk, Konstantinivka, Druzhkivka. First of all, there's not a snowball's chance anywhere that they're going to get those cities anytime soon. It's not possible. So without that fortress area of Ukraine there in the Donetsk Oblast, it's not real. It's not possible. But they're blowing this smoke. Lots of fake news running around today. Lots of statements running around. But I'm here to share with you the truth the best I can. Thank you for all that you do, all of the growth that we're experiencing right now. We're doing our best. I'll be back in Pennsylvania here this evening, back on normal schedules of facts only and lives, and prepping to head back to Ukraine here in a couple of weeks. After Christmas, you guys be blessed and have a nice day. Thank you for being with us.